Nestled in District 10 of Saigon, Vietnam is the Museum of Vietnamese Traditional Medicine. Today I'll be a tour guide. Let's go. There's the ticket counter. Looks like the price is $180,000 for adults, $90,000 for children. So the first room, they
Vietnam is blessed
show
with a
you
rich and diverse landscape. Ancient
background.
forests and jungles cover cool highlands dotted with springs and lakes. Vast lowland meadows stretch to the horizon where sandy beaches meet the sea.
Vietnam's warm and humid climate has given birth to some of the richest flowers in the world. With over 12,000 plantations native to Vietnam, the ecological diversity in some of Vietnam's jungles is comparable to parts of the Amazon rainforest in South America. 3,000 of these plant species are classified as medicinal. The lotus has been one of the most widely used medicinal plants in Vietnam since the 2nd century BC.
The lotus grows in murky swamp water, but rises above the stagnant mud and blossoms into a fragrant white flower. It is known for bringing light up from the darkness at the bottom of the pond. There's an old Buddhist legend that tells of the Buddha's birth. According to the tale, there was a great rain on the day the Buddha was born, and everywhere he stepped, the giant lotus grew in his footprint. For thousands of years now, the lotus flower has been a valuable aromatic plant. Attracted by its beauty, ancient Vietnamese doctors soon discovered the lotus's rich medicinal qualities. Ingesting the lotus can provide many valuable nutrients to the body, while toning the skin and strengthening the organs.
The lotus is just one medicinal source that Vietnamese doctors have collected over the centuries. In the 14th century, Vietnamese doctor Thuy Thien attempted to consolidate traditional Vietnamese knowledge in his landmark therapeutic treatise, describing 499 medicinal plants, most of which are still used today.
Thuy Thien, whose real name was Nguyen Ba Thien, was born in Hai Hong province under the Tran Yu Thom dynasty in the 14th century. He was orphaned as a child and raised by monks. As a young man, he studied medicine and became a certified doctor. For years, he lived at the pagoda and treated the poor. He became known far and wide as the best doctor in the land. It was Thuy Thien who began the tradition of growing medicinal plant gardens and pagodas and using Buddhist temples as small hospitals to treat the poor.
At the age of 55, his reputation had extended outside of Vietnam, as he was called upon by the ruling Ming dynasty in China. The emperor's wife had fallen terribly ill, and none of the court physicians had been able to help her.
Thuy Thien was brought to China and relieved the emperor's wife using herbs and acupuncture. He then became known as the great physician of the Ming dynasty and worked to spread his knowledge throughout China. He soon opened a school of treatment. As the founder of Vietnamese medicine, Thuy Thien encouraged local families to grow medicinal herbs in their garden and keep a reserve supply for emergencies. He practiced the belief that Vietnamese medicine should treat Vietnamese people, noting that simple traditional medicines could be found all over Vietnam and administered by local people.
Chinese and Vietnamese medicine shares many of the same characteristics. Medical knowledge spread freely from the south of Vietnam all the way through China as medicinal traders built strong relationships. As traditional Vietnamese medicine continued to grow, it combined influences from both the north and south of Vietnam.
Medicinal plants, animals, medical books, and ready-made medicines were traded between Vietnam and China, and each tradition improved the other. While China may have been influential, the true basis for all Vietnamese medicine comes from Vietnamese tradition. The Lin Chi mushroom is another valuable traditional medicine. Lin Chi is extremely precious, and Vietnamese doctors recognize it easily. Many consider it more valuable than ginseng. In ancient books, Lin Chi is called the divine grass of eternal youth. Even modern scientists confirm its ability to rejuvenate ailing bodies.
While many old Eastern traditions have carried over into modern Western medicine, there remain some fundamental differences between the two practices. Western medicine focuses on developing specific cures for diseases, while traditional Eastern medicine uses a more holistic approach to find the best ways to live healthily and prevent disease before it starts.
Eastern traditions take into account the mind and physical surroundings as well as the body, emphasizing the importance of balanced living to achieve good health. The Eastern tradition believed that man must achieve balance and live in harmony with the yin and the yang, both the masculine and the feminine aspects of the universe. When people fall out of this balance, the harmony of the universe is disrupted and people become sick.
Harmony and balance is achieved by understanding the Chi, or life force, also templated as energy flow. In everything we do, whether it is eating, breathing, sleeping, or moving, there exists the Chi, the vital life energy that flows through all things.
When the flow of Chi in our bodies is clogged or imbalanced, we become unhealthy. The Chi flows in complicated routes throughout humans, and natural medicines are needed to neutralize it. As well, acupuncture and acupressure can help relieve points of tension in the body and help the Chi flow freely. When the Chi flows smoothly, the body and the mind become healthy.
In order to correct disruptions of Chi, traditional doctors have found all natural ways to drive the energy.
According to ancient philosophy, the Chi is related to the 5 elements of the universe, namely earth, fire, water, wood, and metal. That is, certain ailments come about when one of these elements is lacking in a person, thus unbalancing the yin and the yang and disrupting the Chi. It is up to the doctor to decide which element is missing and supply medicines derived from that element to correct the imbalance.
The influences of each of the 5 elements are expressed through the fate, body, and attitude. The doctor reads signs to distinguish which elements the patients need. The tissue and organs of the human body correspond to each of the elements, as you can see here on the table.
As the table shows, the liver and gallbladder are organs of wood. So when the liver and gallbladder are violated, a man becomes overly emotional and irritable. He cramps up and often eye illness develops.
Once the doctor notices symptoms like bursts of anger, muscle pain, and myopia, he can see that the harmony of blood has been broken and he will have to administer a medicine derived from this element to treat the problem. By the 18th century, traditional medicine had developed significantly since the time of Tuệ Tĩnh. In the late 1700s, Lê Hữu Trác, as a respected medical scholar, compiled the first encyclopedia of traditional Vietnamese medicine.
After dedicating his life to medicine, he brought together 20 years of research in his 28-volume, 66-chapter Linh Nam Ban Thao, describing over 700 medicines. In these medical manuals, he set up the first regulated treatment system, including protocols and pharmacology. He was the first Vietnamese doctor to keep full hospital charts for all patients, documenting meticulous records of all symptoms, all treatments applied, and all results. Along with Tuệ Tĩnh, Lê Hữu Trác is considered a founder of Vietnamese traditional medicine. Thanks to Lê Hữu Trác, All treatments, including acupuncture and massage, were preceded by specific diagnostics. Vietnamese doctors even began using skin condition, language patterns, and pulse rates to track disease.
Some Vietnamese physicians even claim they could tell if a woman was pregnant merely by reading her pulse. Pulse measurements often lead to insight about the state of the patient's mental state at the time of illness. The amazing thing is that the most powerful medicinal plants grow naturally without any help from man. The region richest in medicinal plants within Vietnam is located in the north and has been known as Medicine Mountain since the 14th century. Using different parts of a single plant, it's possible to produce medicines to treat 100 different ailments. Traditional Vietnamese medicine classifies the medicinal plants according to 4 different energies and 5 different tastes.
Traditional Vietnamese doctors began to classify medical plants based on their color and taste. For example, doctors discovered that ailments of the pancreas could often be cured with plants of a yellow tint and sweet taste.
As well, dark and salty herbs became known as good remedies for kidney dysfunction. People who have lost a great deal of energy due to sickness did not fare well with spicy medicine, and those who were dehydrated were given bitter medicines.
Doctors also began to divide up different parts of medicinal plants to treat different ailments. They were able to obtain hundreds of different remedies from just one plant. They also took the time of harvest into greater consideration, realizing that more mature plants produce different effects than younger ones.
They realized that taking medicines at different times of day or during different seasons affected parents' development, and they aimed to treat the patient in correspondence with the seasons and astronomy.
After thousands of years, traditional Vietnamese medicine has stood the test of time. Traditional medicine's popularity continues to grow as the modern world has found new uses and renewed interest in the field. Many believe not only in the effectiveness of traditional treatment, but in its philosophical properties that help both the body and the mind attain spiritual harmony and balance. Traditional medicine still proves effective in treating diseases relating to the nervous system, digestive system, and respiratory system. Traditional medicine has found new value in treating atherosclerosis, allergies, obesity, high blood pressure, and chronic fatigue syndrome. As Lê Houtraque said, the making of medicine is an art for humanity. Vietnamese culture pays a large debt to its forefathers. Because FITO Pharma Company was founded upon the principles and traditions of ancient Oriental medicines, there's a statue of Lê Houtraque in front of FITO's pharmaceutical factory near Ho Chi Minh City. Now a well-known enterprise, FITO Pharmacy offers over 100 brand names, providing various medicinal forms, including vegetable extracts, aromatic balms, teas, pills, tonics, alcohols, and syrups. All FITO Pharma products are made with natural materials before processing. Modern equipment is used while traditional methods of preparing medicines are still preserved.
The company has been granted the International Quality Management System ISO 9001 version 2000 by the PVQI Company of England. This product has been exported to many countries all over the world. It is important to note that the raw materials used to make phytopharma products are environmentally friendly, natural, and safe. Drawing on the accomplishments of modern Western scientists, our products are cost-effective with age-old recipes to bring Vietnamese oldest traditions into the modern age.
Every small bottle of elixir and every package of tea are prepared with a blessing of health and the respect of Eastern medical traditions. Welcome to FITO Pharma Company's Museum of Traditional Vietnamese Medicine.
Vietnamese medicines are now used side by side with Western medicines and are even used to treat the side effects of harmful Western drugs. People interested in fostering health and keeping fit are now becoming acquainted with traditional Eastern medicine. They now know that while it is important for Western medicine to create cures, it is equally important for Vietnamese traditional medicine to encourage people to live healthily.
The Eastern medical tradition has always prescribed that those who live by nature's rules will never suffer disease.
Since ancient times, traditional Vietnamese medicine has contributed invaluably to the prevention of illnesses.
Okay, yes. Wow, beautiful. Okay.
So welcome những vé thì good.
It actually works. I thought this was what they call it, like a prop. That must be the family tree. That's the elevator that I came up on. Beautiful elevator, by the way. I do take my time to read these, to learn about the culture, history. So as I mentioned before, Vietnam has a heavy influence by Chinese culture, especially Chinese traditional medicine. So as it turns out, in that time period, 197 BC to AD 937, there were two factions, northern and the southern, northern being Chinese influence, southern being Vietnamese, but eventually they combined, became the traditional Vietnamese medicine, the TVM. Interesting. So let's walk to this little lobby, this beautiful lobby right here. Look at this. There's the wind chime. So let's head downstairs. Oh wow. Look at all these Chinese medicine. That's the Ling Zi right there. Very expensive mushroom, but I believe that's a replica. It's fake. My mom would love coming here. She used to work as a Chinese medicine herbalist in China before we immigrated to the US. Very succulent smells, exciting flavors. Can you imagine living here? It would make it an awesome house. I love all the wood acorn. They put a lot of money into this. Wow. So let's head upstairs. Idols. like amazing here, man. I love this. This is definitely worth the price, even though it's pricier than the other museums that you find, like triple the price, but I think it's worth it. Just to see the architecture and all these hidden gems. It's fun. Now we have that downstairs. I think that's where we came from. Yes, we came from there. Like I said, this is like a maze. If you don't have a map, yes, this is where we came from. Alright, so continue on going downstairs. In case this video isn't in sequence, let's go ahead to the left. This is third floor. Well, I can feel the heat is getting to be hot and humid right now. It's about like 2 p.m. Oh, so much to see here. I'm gonna study the pottery. The whole building is historical. Oh, the Ojai. Oh, the Ojai right here. Oh, this is the Ojai the doctors wore. I'm not sure how accurate this is. This is real garlic too. I mean ginger and garlic. Dried herbs. That's why I recommend eating a lot of vegetables. And I try to do that. Natural healing is all about eating the vegetables. Abacus, I don't know how to use it. Let's see if these drawers actually work. I think they are working. Yeah. These are the choppers used to chop up herbal medicine. Let's see if this one works. Oh yes, it works. Look at all of these rollers, medicine grinders, different style, and of course this one, small one, and this huge one. Oh, it's held on by this long rod. Oh, it works. It effectively works. And this is a encyclopedia representing pictures of all different kind of herbs. I'm actually reading a book trying to learn Chinese medicine, so I've been super excited to come here to learn about natural healing, because Western medicine, we all know you won't get addicted to it. Most of the time it's not a cure. That's where Eastern medicine comes into play. Why do you think there's so much problem with Americans nowadays? The elevator stops here too. Something mountain, something my Chinese isn't that good. Here we have nicely painted pictures. Oh man, I love this room. Look at that. I bet you I don't know 90% of these. Let's see if I can see something I recognize. But these are scientific names. I'm sure there's gonna be sunflower, mint, citrate. So that's orange. Cinnamon. See, if I can say it's a scientific name nomenclature. So very interesting. Alright, so from this room we're gonna go downstairs. I don't remember if I don't think I've been through this side. No, haven't been here. Wow. Oh, look at those ginseng. Look at how big those ginsengs are. Wow. Oh, is that a real cobra? I think it is. I just saw a bubble pop up. There's a ginseng carved in the shape of a toy sun, fortune god, I think. Interesting. I think my mom has some of these concoctions. Oh, these are the wine bottles. Oh, I see these in the Chinese movies. Old school, historic kung fu movies. Oh, these are the bowls. Look how old these bowls are. Well, this dates back to probably like the Ming Dynasty. Or older. This room. Oh, this is a temporarily artifact storage. What's in here? Wow, look at this. This is like a steamer? Oh, these are like clay and metal pots. Oh, washroom? Yeah, washroom right here. Man and woman. Oh, these are the scales. Yes, the scales used to measure in grams or kilograms. I remember these scales seen in Chinese herbal shops. Medicine pill holders. Interesting. Peso. Bowls for taking medicine. I remember taking medicine as a kid in China, bitter medicine. Oh, I've never seen bowls that small. Consider yourself lucky if you had small bowls like that. They're probably meant for babies. The more bitter, the more effective. That's the Chinese saying. Cylindrical lime holder. Man, even the elevator is decorated so beautifully. They put a lot of money into this. So I found out the reason why ticket prices are more expensive here versus the other museums that you see, such as the War Remnants Museum and such in that lab. It's because those are government sponsored, and this is a private museum. But definitely worth the price. That's my outfit today. I have my crossbody bag. To me, Jordan leather cap. Gotta have cool shirt. I'm talking about cool in terms of style, and most importantly, to keep yourself cool, polyester. None of the cotton works. Prefers to be silk. Alright, got my Nike ACG. Gotta have the sandals too. My wife bought me these Adidas sandals. Gotta stay cool. So more herbs. Alright, let's head downstairs. Oh, I can hear it almost. Is that the entry level? So that means we are nearing. Is that the first floor? So that means we're almost done. No, there's another floor. What is this? Interesting. Oh. Oh, these are real. Is that sugar? Rock sugar? Look at how rich the wooden furniture are. Man, can you imagine how much time it took to construct and decorate this building? I could convert this into a house, no lie, or even a hotel. Something horse, something something. Man, I really need to brush up on my Chinese. Is that like a change room? That was downstairs. Oh, that's the down low. So I believe the other leads the same way. So they have two stairs that goes downstairs. Thought means exit. I prefer this exit better because it smells so pleasant. Yes, that's the exit. That's the shop.